Hello, I'm Dr. Attack. Today I want to talk to you about a very complex relationship dynamic that many people experience, but often struggle to put a name to. Have you ever been in a relationship like this? One moment, you were the love of their life. The next moment, you were the one being blamed, pushed away, and devalued. Words and behaviors don't match. One day there is intense love, attention, and empathy toward you. The next day, there is anger, accusation, emotional coldness, or a sudden withdrawal. And naturally, you start asking yourself this. How can someone be so normal, so functional, so caring in one moment, and then behave so irrationally, so hurtfully in the next? In today's video, I'm going to explain why relationships that involve a borderline personality pattern are so intense, so exhausting, and so hard to leave. And at the end of the video, I'll also explain why recovery takes so long after getting out of these kinds of relationships. First, let's clarify something. Everyone's mood can change. Everyone can act impulsively at times. That does not automatically mean BPD. I also want to say this very clearly. BPD is a very complex condition, and people who are in therapy and developing awareness can build healthier relationships. But things become especially difficult in romantic relationships, and particularly in what we call the favorite person attachment. Because what gets triggered here is not love. What gets triggered is the fear of abandonment. When this fear is activated, perception changes. The partner suddenly stops being a safe figure and becomes a potential threat. And this is where the mechanism we call splitting comes into play. Splitting is when a person perceives the other as either completely good or completely bad. Middle ground disappears. Gray areas are erased. At first, in their eyes, you may be the safe one, the rescuer, the one who understands, the person who will never leave. But when an emotional trigger occurs, you can suddenly fall into a completely different category. And this shift is often very fast. Almost like a switch has been flipped. At this point, it's very important to understand something. Devaluation, blame, criticism, or aggression are most often not conscious cruelty. They are expressions of a fear response. A person with borderline patterns doesn't show fear by saying, "I'm scared." Instead, they accuse you. They question your intentions. They perceive you as malicious, uncaring, or threatening. It's almost like a sleight of hand. Fear leaves the stage, and attack takes its place. And this is where most partners struggle the most. Because even if the accusations feel untrue, they are real for the person experiencing them. In that moment, they truly perceive you that way. That's why people sometimes say, it's like they're hallucinating. Because their perception of reality is temporarily distorted. Inside your partner, there is often a frightened child that has been hidden for a very long time. And that child at times has to come out. Even if you don't want it to. Even if you're not ready. When it comes out, it is not kind to you. It does not trust you. It does not love you. This is why many people compare BPD relationships to Jekyll and Hyde. One day, a loving, compassionate, attentive adult. The next day, a frightened, angry, aggressive child. And this shift shakes a person to their core. After a while, the frightened child retreats again. Your partner returns to their normal state. They act as if nothing happened. But you are no longer the same. Because now you know this. That child is there even during the good times. Quietly listening. Recording everything. There is now an invisible third presence in the relationship. And this presence is afraid of you. It doesn't trust you. It perceives you as a threat. This awareness changes the entire relationship. The beginning of BPD relationships is usually very intense. It feels almost fated. Coincidences, synchronicities. A sense of instant connection. Your partner mirrors you. They reflect your emotions, thoughts, and values. For the first time, you feel truly seen and understood. This is not classic manipulation. It's more of a desperate form of attachment. But this intensity is not sustainable. As the bond deepens, the fear deepens too. And the I love you, I hate you cycle begins. No matter what you do, it's never enough. If you give more love, you become suffocating. If you set boundaries, you become the one who abandons. And over time, you realize that this relationship is making you lose yourself. When the breaking point comes, things become even harder. Because these relationships create a powerful trauma bond. On one side, there's that unique connection, that intense love. On the other side, chaos, harm, and emotional exhaustion. The mind splits in two. You keep going back to the past. You question yourself. What if I had done things differently? It's like a labyrinth. The more answers you look for, the more lost you become. The painful truth is this. Without treatment, this cycle usually doesn't break. Over time, it tends to become even more destructive. But there is hope. With intensive therapies like DBT, people can learn to regulate their emotions, take responsibility in relationships, and form healthier attachments. If this video helped clarify things for you, know this. You are not alone. And what you experienced is not a reflection of your inadequacy. Thank you for listening. In the next video, we'll talk more concretely about what to do and what not to do in these kinds of relationships.